EA has taken their microtransactions in their games to a whole other level. They have proven yet again that they should be detested in the industry. They have had so many chances to change their awful practices, and they still do not, even though majority of players want them to. Because they do not care, and if you think that EA does, you are just as far gone as they are. Apex Legends was a game that, on release, had an amazing player base. People really enjoyed the game because its mechanics were great, the graphics definitely were not bad, and the huge draw to it was that it was free to play. And when it comes to free to play games, of course, they had to have some sort of system to gain sales. They need to implement a monetization system that, one, makes them revenue, but two, also pleases the player base. One of the worst things for a game is when it is free to play, but you are stuck behind paywall after paywall. And I will use Elder Scrolls Blades as an example for that. If it did not have such an awful monetization system in place, at its core, it had a lot going for it. It was Elder Scrolls, it looked great, and the gameplay was smooth after a few patches and fixes. But with Apex Legends, the monetization has always been pretty questionable. It did not start out bad, but because the game skyrocketed in popularity very hard and very fast, they knew that they could really milk players for all they were worth, and now they are making players pay to, well, pay. In the new Iron Crown event, players are earning items from a new collection that is a limited time only event. And of course, when you put limited time on specific items, it makes people open their wallets because you'll never have a chance to obtain it again. It instantly creates that worry in players of missing out. But to obtain these items, players have to open event-specific loot boxes that are $7 a piece, and you only get one item drop per box. Luckily, from the gods at EA, they made it so they cannot drop duplicate items, but that really doesn't make the situation any better. And there is no other way to earn these items, and there will not be for the last remaining days. They added in a melee skin called the Raven's Bite that is an heirloom rarity item, and to get this item, you first have to collect all of the other items that drop from the loot boxes. Then you have the option to purchase the skin for 3,500 coins or $35. You're spending nearly $200 for this item, since if you are purchasing the $7 loot boxes, you need at least 22 of them. You can earn only 2 by actually completing in-game challenges. Then you have to purchase the Raven's Bite itself for $35. And I will be completely honest, this skin does look pretty amazing. I am someone that loves to collect mounts and skins and pets in games, and it is very exciting to have an item that a lot of other players do not. If a game is free to play, I do not mind purchasing items in it. You may want to purchase a skin on occasion or a weapon on occasion, but nearly $200 just to obtain one item? I thought games were meant to be played. This does not require the game to be played at all. This requires you to have a credit card to swipe. EA has no shame when it comes to forcing players to become payers. People need to take things like this seriously. Do you want this type of thing happening in your favorite game? Just because you do not play a game that EA is behind does not mean that the industry isn't going towards this revolting model more and more with every release. There is no company that is too good to add microtransactions into their games. I do not want to normalize and reward these awful practices. I am okay when companies add in cosmetics to purchase, when you also have the ability to earn it in-game with shocking gameplay. But they are not even giving you the option to play to win this item. Do not get this wrong, none of this will save the game. Stream views dropped 75% in 1 month, and revenue dropped from $92 million in February to $24 million in the following month because of the problem that all Battle Royale games have. Content. They release content so slowly for this genre of games. It takes time to create maps, create new weapons, add different areas to maps, figure out ways to charge players, and this is just another desperate move. Overcharging players is not going to keep players around. It is going to continue to push them away. EA would most likely create more sales if the item was less expensive and you also had the ability to play the game to earn towards it. But when you are desperate to keep a game alive, you fall to these types of levels. But that is all that I really wanted to talk about today. Remember, your favorite game is not below microtransactions. Any company can stoop to these sorts of levels, and if we continue to normalize it, this thing will continue to happen. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to share it and give it a like. And of course, if you did not like it, please make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you guys again in the next video really soon.